Good evening, everybody. We're so happy to see you here this evening. We are Mick and Jenny Daly, as you know, and we would like to welcome everybody to Team Eagle's Monday evening Zoom chat. Whether you are here live or possibly listening to the recording, we are very glad that you are here. As you know, Mick and I live in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, and it really is beautiful at the moment. The weather is quite spring-like, and we're enjoying being outside, getting the exercise that so often has to take place indoors. But life is certainly good. Well, as always, I'm going to kick this off by welcoming new people to Team Eagles. And we have no fewer than 10 newcomers to the team in the past week. So, with no further ado, I want to give a very warm welcome to Mark Kerpiel in Texas, sponsored by Carrie Beard, Bob Weideman in Arizona, sponsored by Danny Weideman, Katie Boster and Yvonne Reed, both in California, sponsored by Grace Soter, Rachel Michelik in Florida, sponsored by Sandy Guest, Lindsay Hill in Arizona, sponsored by Nicole Baker, Charity Gaines in Texas, sponsored by Jennifer Fay, Paula Langton in Arizona, sponsored by Callie Lathrop, Teresa Jones in Delaware, sponsored by Jennifer Hibbs, and also Deborah Soanes in Mississippi, sponsored by Alice Cromwell. I think MS, it is Mississippi, isn't it? Get my M states confused sometimes. Anyway, welcome all of you. We're excited to have you join us on our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And we look forward to meeting many of you. Some of you I know are coming to conference next month, so we will actually get to meet you in Anaheim. We also have a Healthy Living Plan promotion to recognize this month, and that is none other than Carrie Beard in Texas, sponsored by Cheryl Lawrence. Congratulations, Carrie. Great start to your Juice Plus journey, and the next step is completing your 2,000 plus. You either just received a check for $100 or it will be in the mail very soon from the Juice Plus company, and the next one, as well as your monthly check, will be a $250 bonus if you complete your fast track to virtual franchisee. So that's it from me for the moment. Mick, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jenny. As always, let's take a look at the current leaderboard in our Road to Anaheim contest. And I know all of you on the Zoom tonight live are very familiar with contest. If you are not familiar with the contest, you can find it in a link in our emails and at our Team Facebook group. But here's the status. Last month, if you recall, Nicole Helmstetler won the contest. And you can see the list of winners from October through February. Each of them won $100 for winning, for leading the contest at the end of the month. And Nicole Helmstetler is on a roll because here she is, leading the contest yet again. So going from joint 10th place, we have Jennifer Fay, Nicole Baker, Jennifer Hibbs, Leah Langford, Linda Miller, Cheryl Lawrence, Grace Soter, Callie Lathrop, and then the top three, Carrie Berg, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce her name, but I could be wrong, Danny Weideman and Nicole Helmstetler. So well done to you 10. Lots of time left in this contest before we close it out, and then get ready for the road to where? Indianapolis. It's a long time since we've had a conference in Indianapolis. That's where we will be in October. Who's excited? I'm excited. I may just have to go run around the Indy 500 course. Just an idea. Okay, so you will remember, I hope, that there was a half hour of a great call immediately before this. And I love Wendy Campbell that she keeps her trainers strictly to 30 minutes. And this one took only 22 minutes, but it was packed full of goodies, great information and inspiration. Laura Dorsey has a master's in physical therapy, and she made national marketing director in 12 months, 1 year, after saying no to Shelley Mackey her dear friend for only 5 years. Unlike Rachel, who said no for 7 years. But Rachel, you and Laura Dorsey definitely have something in common. Would you like to unmute yourself and just comment on what you heard? I mean, I know you heard that. You must have gone, oh, only 5 years.
Yeah. I thought the call was excellent, and really encourage everybody to listen to the recording for sure, because it's one of those that you want to hear more times than once, because she was speaking quickly and she was moving quickly through ideas and activities, and so I want to hear it again. But it was really, really good. The thing that stood out for me was when she was deciding to build. She decided and committed she was going to build a business, and her first check was, a couple of $100 or something. And the conversation that she had with her husband, when he said, well, is that all you've got for all that effort that you've been putting in? And she said, you just don't understand what I'm doing. You have no idea what I'm actually doing, what I'm actually building here. And I thought that is so right. And she already got it before she got going, that the activity that we do at the beginning, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's actually the nucleus of something absolutely massive that's going to explode. And I thought she did a great job of explaining just how that worked, and how she was able to show her husband quite quickly that this was something real. I love that.
Yeah, me too. That spoke volumes. And reading between the lines, Rachel, it tells us that Shelley, her sponsor, didn't matter that she's a sponsor. She could have been simply 5 levels up as her team national marketing director. But clearly, Shelley Mackey was able to cast that vision for Laura, and she knew, even in those early weeks, not to expect a lot of results, not to expect a lot of money, that would come on a curve like that. And of course, that's exactly what she saw. And then putting the kind of bookending, that was her husband's reaction in the beginning. And then the very end of her call, she said, and now my goal is to bring him home from the corporate job he hates, so that he can be on the farm doing what he will love. And I thought that was a great bookend.
Another thing she said was that Shelley didn't know how much she hated her job. So, and they were close friends. So, we don't always know what's going on in other people's heads, even when we think we do. We think we know them pretty well, but we don't. She probably thought the girl was loving being, a physical therapist, and something that you kind of imagine anybody in the medical profession is something they've dreamed of or something. But actually, she said she didn't like it at all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then you put that together with the fact that she was watching Shelley on Facebook, and she never liked and she never commented on any of Shelley's posts. Okay, I think we've been saying that for quite a while, haven't we?
Well, that would have been that if we'd have had Facebook back in the 90s when you started. That would have been me. I would have read every one of your posts and never once liked a single one. That's exactly where I would have been.
And I think you would have even said, if I'd said to you, Rachel, did you see anything I posted on Facebook? She said, what? You wouldn't have lied, but he was saying,
I didn't like that post.
By the way, any of you who don't know Rachel followed in our footsteps and made national marketing director in under 5 years, just as we did, after saying no for 7 years. And she is also a dear friend, not least of which is because she's like us, English, as you might have noticed. Who else listened in to that Laura Dorsey call? Anyone? If you did, and if you want to speak, unmute yourself and let us know what you got out of it. And Linda Miller, I don't think you were listening, were you?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Linda. Did you listen to the call? Laura Dorsey?
No, I didn't. I was at a meeting, and I just got home right before Team Eagles.
Okay, don't worry.
I wish I had.
As Rachel said, it'd be well worth listening to. And by the way, the beautiful graphic that always gives the phone number and the code to get on the call also always tells you the number to call and the new code for the playback, which should be there sometime tomorrow. I'm so impressed with Wendy Campbell and her team and their organization. I wish I could aspire to be that organized myself. So did anyone else listen to the call? Anyone at all?
Yeah, one interesting comment that she made was, in fact, Laura said she is one of the most disorganized people that she knows. And so, I think there's hope in that statement for a lot of you out there, because we hear that very often from reps on our team. They say, well, the one thing I struggle with is organization. But she finally found a way to organize things and move forward. And
she also confessed that she's not a reader.
Yeah.
And yet she knows that leaders are readers. So she's committed to that. And she also quoted Wendy saying, those who are successful get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay, so I guess the least radical or revolutionary part of her training was explaining that her success was based on, she had named Transform 30, but she talked about, okay, I'm going to mute someone there. Okay. Yeah, her success was based on using Transform 30. First of all, herself personally, and then recommending it to her team. And of course, now we have Shred 10, which I know many of us loved T30, but I got to say, I loved Shred 10 a whole lot more for all kinds of reasons. But she's absolutely right. She said that for the longest time, we were lacking a simple duplicatable system for training and support and building confidence in new team members. And she said that's exactly what the Shred 10 program does. The Shred 10 program builds excitement and lifestyle and allows us to focus very, very simply on really great customer care to build raving fans. And of course, Healthy Living Revolution is a movement. By the way, listen, when you're at Anaheim next month, listen closely, because you'll hear some changes that will be made to Healthy Living Revolution, inspiringhealthyliving.tv, shred10.com. Honestly, if you're a brand new person, let me just show you this. Let me screen share just one second. I'll go back to this again. So obviously, being Team Eagles, this is our Team Eagles website, and we feature Shred 10 right there, which has a lot of the resources. And I know, in a sense, I'm duplicating what is already at healthyrevolution.com.
Mick, at the moment, all I can see is the contest.
Interesting. Why would that? Okay, thanks for telling me. I'll stop screen share and screen share again. Okay, okay, thanks. So let me go back. So this is our team website, obviously, where we have Shred 10 information. If I could just make it work. I can't for the moment. This is the official home of all things Healthy Revolution, healthylivingrevolution.com. And for anyone new who hasn't been there yet, I did that too quickly, didn't I? Down at the bottom right is this cogwheel. When you click on that, it asks you for a password, which of course is simply revolution. The choice of that password tells me that they're really not bothered about stopping people breaking in. It's more of a gesture than anything else, because how do you have a password that people aren't supposed to know when it's part of the website name? But here is all of the Healthy Living Revolution material. Yes, there is a lot of it. All of these are videos, many of which, if you are a shredder or have been shredding this month or last month or the month before, you'll recognize these because I use many of them in our Shred 10 group. And then, just to add to the confusion, we have shred10.com. So I'm simply saying that to point out that for new people, those of us who are familiar with this, we go, yeah, of course, have liver. But for new people, this can be a little overwhelming. And so we will hear some changes that will be planned, made shortly after the Anaheim conference that will bring it together, simplify it for all of our sakes. Because as Laura said tonight, we do need a simple, duplicatable system. But if one only focuses on Shred 10, that will be a tremendous tool for all of us. So I want to segue now to talk about Shred 10. I would love to hear some of you tell us how you feel now about Shred 10 and its ability to help us build a successful business. Because clearly, Laura Dorsey understands how powerful it is. And I know many of you have been seeing some pretty cool results amongst your customers, your shredders. So go ahead, somebody. Amanda, you get a pass. You're eating dinner. Go ahead and finish your soup or whatever it is. And I know, Amanda, you and some of your folks started your Shred 10 today because I think you had spring break last week, right?
We have spring, yeah, some of us had it last week, some of us have it this week. So I started with a couple other people this week. So okay. And this is the 3-bean easy chili from the Shred 10 guide.
Woohoo! Atta girl.
Yeah. It's past 6 o'clock, but I try to do the 3 hours like we were talking about today on the site. So.
Yeah, so let me just comment on that. So, hey, buddy. So, yeah, quick comment on that. You know, shredders, I balk at the idea of not eating after 6 o'clock. So if you've listened to or watched Mutra Ray's video, which explains the importance and the why not to eat after 6 o'clock, she actually says, don't eat after sunset, which is really good. But she also stresses the importance of having that 3-hour gap between the last food that goes into your body and falling asleep, and a 12-hour fast. So for the sake of those watching this now and watching this recorded, my rule of thumb is don't eat after sunset. No, just kidding. 3-hour break between the last food that goes in my body and falling asleep. And if you fall asleep as quickly as I do, that's 3 hours before your head hits the pillow. If you fall asleep as slowly as Jenny does, it's 3 hours plus 20 or 30 minutes. We're all different, right? But then a 12-hour fast from the time you fall asleep, a total 12-hour fast between eating dinner and eating breakfast. If we can follow those rules of thumb, we'll do just fine. But also, let's be flexible about this. This isn't a set of rules that we have to obey. We don't have to obey them. People still get great results by tweaking that rule and bending that one a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So, who would like to comment on what you see as the role of Shred 10 in building your Juice Plus virtual franchise? Yes, Brianna, thank you for volunteering.
I made sure to raise my hand in case so you could see me. I think it's good because it's given a lot of people hope that I know. A lot of people have tried pretty much, they think everything else. And a lot of people I've noticed, I just added up between 4 people on our shred, they've lost 48 pounds.
Whoa.
Wow. That's huge. And all 4 of those people have tried everything to lose that weight. So that's impressive and some of that's been over 2 or 3 shreds, not just necessarily just one shred, but they thought there was no way they could lose it. And now that's at least 10 pounds for each of them.
Mm-hmm. And what else aside from weight loss? Because we know that it's not a weight loss program, although that's often the reason people will do it.
Wait, hang on.
Hey, Melinda.
So can I tell them about my bone mass numbers?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Jennifer's here with us too, and we've been shredding January, February, and March, and I just got my bone mass numbers back. I've been osteoporosis since '04, and I've done the capsules 20 some years. I've kind of done shakes just when I needed to lose some weight. I would use a shake for dinner, but never really consistent with shakes, just used them when I needed to pull off a few pounds. But always running, always taking my calcium citrate, lots of sunshine, all those things. And my numbers have been really, really steady and slowly getting worse as I got older, and all normal from my doctor's point of view. But this last time, instead of negative 2.6 and negative 2.5 on my hip measurements, they were negative 1.8 and negative 1.9, neither of which are osteoporosis or even osteopenia. I'm still low bone mass, but I'm just really shocked. And we've all been kind of putting our heads together like, what different, And even tonight, we were just talking about 2 shakes a day is 90% of your daily recommended calcium from plants. So I'm sure my body's just sucking that up instead of the damn calcium citrate pills.
There's also vitamin D from mushrooms, right, Brianna?
Mm-hmm. So, and that's...
So Brianna, you have a nutrition degree, right? Talk to us as a nutrition expert.
Well, let's say what we were talking about, the tower garden.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about, lots of the dark leafy greens have a lot of that goodness in them too, but a bunch of people don't eat all that. And, of course, the mushrooms and different things like that. But we were talking about on the tower garden having more nutritional food was probably also an effect for her, as opposed to buying the store-bought, which is, increasingly less and less nutritious. So having stuff that's homegrown, in addition to the shakes, in addition to the capsules, in addition to the exercise, all of that combined is reversing, which is really unheard of. Doctors will tell
I'm wondering, Melinda, what about things that you have cut out since you've been shredding, so that possibly some of the things that were in your diet were leaching calcium from your bones?
Yes, and that's the other thing I was thinking of this morning, because I'm like, I know where every Starbucks in Texas is located on every single major highway. And the caffeine was something that prevented me from getting too interested in the T30 or the Shred 10 until Dum Dum here just said, get over it and just do it for 10 days, Mom, 10 days. And so I think the no caffeine, for me, the no sugar, I'm a huge sugar holic, and the gluten, all of those things. I don't know. That's what we were talking about. I don't know what happened, but somehow all of this together, it's just mind-boggling.
Well, the first thing for us to remember is that reversing bone loss, improving bone density, certainly 20 years ago, when we heard for the first time that someone getting on Juice Plus saw their bone density improve, numbers improve, and that was a friend of yours who used to come to Academics Plus. You remember?
Yeah, we were in Memphis, and they were all doing bone scans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But 20 years ago, the prevailing opinion in the medical profession was you cannot improve bone density. You cannot reverse bone loss.
Well, and the frustrating thing is that the option from all the doctors is a bisphosphonates. And all of Fosamax, all of them, except I think there's a few that are not bisphosphonates. But I didn't want to do that because all that does is prevent your body from breaking down old bone. So, you have more bone mass, but it's old, fragile bone. And so it's not dense. It's not strong bone.
That's really awesome. And in just 3 months, your numbers have improved dramatically. So I'm guessing, Melinda Kronwelge, that you're going to be a shredder for life.
Ever. I'm not going back. Never going back. And Jennifer has literally been doing this with us, and she made her first promotion in less than a week, and this week is trying to finish her second promotion. She's had me on the phone literally all day long, every day, and we've just been talking to all these people.
Is Jennifer willing to talk to us?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, sure.
Of course, we'll put her on.
Of course, you know how we are.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hello, sir.
It's good to see you. Good to hear you.
Yes, sir.
So Shred 10, what's it done for you personally, and how's it helped with your almost 2,000 plus promotion?
I think Melinda's been trying to have me take Juice Plus for the 23 years she's been doing it. Yeah. And I've been as steadfast. I refuse to. I'm a nurse by background and more scientific, and I didn't feel like there was, there's so many products out there that you can do. So I sell Stampin' Up! And do creative things. And I told her, you don't do Stampin', I'm not doing Juice Plus, just leave me alone. Yeah. But in January, I started the 1 to 2 shakes a day. I didn't do 2 every day with the Shred 10. And from January 3rd till this weekend, I've lost 13 pounds. And so that gave me something that I could say, okay, I've done this myself, I've witnessed it. And I think it's just like y'all are saying, the healthy living thing, because you're doing everything else as well. Drinking the water, trying to sleep, eating wisely. So I feel like that gave me the excitement that it, was something I could be a part of and share with others.
Absolutely. Great answer, Jennifer.
Yes, sir.
and as a nurse, getting good sleep, drinking water, eating a healthy diet, those are pretty much unknown, aren't they, for nurses?
Now, those are things we learn to do.
Do you do them?
Yes, I know. Yes, sir. That's true.
We're still working on her sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I understand that.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, sir.
That's awesome. Good to hear from all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Somebody else tell us, what do you think Shred 10 is doing for your business growth? Anyone? We've got a bunch of people on. Lisa McCauley, I thought you were on Zoom. Now you're on phone.
Oh, yes, I'm on my phone. I am on the phone.
You are Zooming. Yeah, okay.
Yep. On my phone, yep.
So do you tell us what you think about Shred 10 and building a business?
Well, you know what? I will say it's been good and bad. It's kind of slow because where I live, there's a lot of people not particularly interested in the shred in my age group, but it's helped me reach more family members, which was interesting. So I've built my business, but it's been kind of slow for me.
Okay. Allison's not on. Your daughter, she's a Gen Y or millennial. I think she's been seeing some success, hasn't she?
Yes, yeah. It's actually, she's had a bit better luck. And I mean, from my experience, in what I see, it reaches the younger people. It resonates with them more, I think, with the older people. Well, I think the older people, it takes a little longer for them to get on board. And once they do, they're sold. But I find it takes them a little longer to get there. And I find that they're more willing to maybe start with the complete and not do the whole package at one time. That's where I seem to have a problem. I have people saying, well, gee, do I have to do it all? And, I'm like, you know what, just start. Just do it.
Okay, well, that's a great segue, Lisa. Thanks for that. I want to go to, wait, that's not where I want to go. That's weird. Why can't I see? All right, I will go here and I'll bring it up. So I want us to look at the Shred 10 system guide. So I'll go here and down. Okay, where's the system guide, people? Come on, it's here. I know it's here. There it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and download that. So the Shred 10 system guide is the best thing since sliced bread. Simply, it's better than a box of chocolates. It's quite extraordinary. There is a flow to.
Oh.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Good. You know, there is a flow to this, just as there is a flow to the mission-driven model. But step 7, okay, back up. I got to meet a new shredder last week. In fact, I had to meet her on Sunday afternoon, to get her some temporary trio capsules and complete. Okay, I know it's the wrong way around, but when I sat down with her and got her to agree to do the shred, I showed her the 3 options. The basic, which is 1 complete shake a day, no capsules. The premium, 1 complete shake a day, except when you're doing the 10-day shred, when it's 2 complete shakes a day, and the trio capsules. And then the full Shred 10, which is 2 shakes a day for the full 4 months. Okay. Somebody is making a heck of a lot of noise. If you could mute yourself, somebody, please, whoever that is. I'll need to come out. Oh, okay. Everyone is muted now. Okay, so when I showed her this, she responded just the way most people respond. If you've watched Brian Rowe's instructional video on the entire Shred 10 system, if you haven't, please watch it. Go to teameagles.net/Shred10 and watch the Brian Rowe's video. But as he says there, the vast majority of people will opt for the premium, which is enough for 2 shakes a day for 10 days, 1 shake a day for almost the rest of the 4 months, and the trio package. That's exactly what Kim, my shredder, opted to do. I'll show you this one more thing before I stop screen share and tell you more about how it's gone with her. I won't ask the question, well, I will, it's rhetorical. How many of you are texting your shredding customer, or how many of you are texting your shredding new Juice Plus rep on your team? Because you should be treating a brand new rep who is also shredding just the way you treat your customers who are shredding. These are the suggested text messages that you can send. Day 0, which is the day before the shred started, which was last Sunday. 3 texts you can send on day 1, morning, midday, and evening. 3 texts on day 3, 3 on day 4, 3 on day 5. And then reducing. 1 or 2 on day 7, 1, 6, 1 on 7, 1 on day 8, 1 on day 9, and 1 finally on day 10. That, folks, is the kind of customer care that a Canadian male who had tremendous results doing Transform 120, he is the person who revolutionized customer care, because that's exactly what he did with every one of his customers. That's what he trained his team to do with every one of their customers, whether they were doing Transform 30, T120 or not. And that system got him to National Marketing Director in 4, not years, months. 4 months. Many of you who've been around long enough will remember. That customer care is a crucial part of the Shred 10 program. Did I follow that with Kim religiously? No. I sent her 2 texts on day 1, 2 on day 2, 1 on day 3, 2 on day 4. I didn't follow it religiously. I also didn't use exactly the same verbiage. I modified it slightly so that it would sound more like me. But I've got to tell you, she responded extremely well. She responded to every single one of my texts. And if you saw this post in our Shred 10 group, I copied her response to me to one of the texts where she said, this was on Saturday, she said, I fell off last night. I hope you saw this, because she went on to say, I have a mental block where my health goals are concerned. I didn't respond to the health block piece, but I did remind her. So I should go back and explain, why is she doing the shred? She's a runner who, like me, has had a lazy winter. She's got a couple of half marathons she's planning on running later in the year, and she was determined to get herself back on track with her eating and her exercise. She talked about, over the past few weeks, she talked about doing a cleanse. I told her that we have something better than a cleanse, and she finally bit and said, okay, what is that? And I told her, and now she's shredding. But I used her runner verbiage. I said, willpower and self-control are like muscles that we have to build by working them. And that's what we do in the Shred 10. So I tried to give her encouragement. She responded well to that. And all that to say that this customer care system that the Shred System Guide recommends, yes, you can opt not to do it, but you'd be crazy if you didn't. It absolutely works. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with her after Wednesday, at the end of the shred, and saying, what do you think? And I know what she's going to say. Okay, any other thoughts or comments before Jenny sends us all home?
I had one real quick for y'all. A few other things I've noticed, like I do the shred every time, and I have hormonal cystic acne, so I don't get it like from not washing or makeup. It doesn't actually matter, any of that kind of stuff I use for skincare. But I've noticed that when I do the Shred 10, it almost completely knocks that out, or at least it slows down and makes better what I already have. So I've started to kind of take that into consideration and try to make that a lifestyle so I don't continue to have all that. But it's weird because, you know, I've tried, that's probably the only antibiotics I've ever been on my whole life is skin. But the Shred 10 is helping all of that without any of that medication. It's not good for me, so.
That's fantastic, Brianna. I'm guessing that, knowing as much as you know, you would probably say it's the whole shred package that's getting you that effect, rather than just dairy, just gluten, just this, just that.
Yeah, because I cut out individually a lot of those things over the years with dermatologists, and it never helped. I mean, I wouldn't even notice the difference.
Yep.
But doing it all at the same time, even if I kind of slip up a little bit, it works.
It's like a funnel cake.
Yeah, like a funnel cake at the fair. but yeah, doing it all together, and then including the water and including the exercise, all of that really does make a difference, where individually it didn't matter at all.
So you have a very good reason to shred.
Yes.
As much as possible, and your mom has her very good reason. And so does Jennifer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, before we close, anyone else want to make a last final comment on the Revolution Shred 10?
Oh, Mick, one last thing. And this is what I run into all the time. And I know it's a problem, but my age, this is what they say to me. I can't give up my wine or my caffeine. You know, I've had so many people not do the program because they are not willing to do either one of those. I'm like, but anyway, we talk about that, but that's been frustrating too.
Well, Lisa, you're a former nurse, you're a former personal trainer. Did you ever have anyone who promised they would do exactly what you told them to do?
No, no.
Well, I give you permission to give them permission to do one or to break the rules in one way. If you want, you can give them permission to break it in two ways. But you might say to them, okay, you're on choice. You either give up the caffeine or you give up the alcohol. I'll let you keep one of those two.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that.
Look, we're not trying to force people to be perfect.
Right.
Because the harder we try, the less likely they are to.
And it's like we always did with our kids, right? We give them a choice.
Yeah, exactly. Listen.
Okay, good.
You're not trying to convert people 100% to shred 10. What you're trying to do is get them to take the trio and the complete,
right,
and add a few one simple changes to that.
Yeah.
Because we know that's what's going to get results. And if they start slowly, by the time they get to the next month's shred, they'll say, you know what, that was really good. I think this time I'm going to give up.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get even more sleep. So
Okay. Good.
keep up on them, girl.
All right, good. Thanks.
Okay, I am going to close it out now, Mick. You've gone way over time.
Amanda
you.
wants to say something. Or are you saying goodbye?
Thank
Bye,
you.
Amanda.
Okay,
Love you.
thanks so much,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Thank you for joining us. We will be back here, same place, same time, next Monday evening. Have a wonderful week.
What's happening on Friday?
What's happening on Friday?
That's a test question. Trick
St.
question.
Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it is St. Patty's Day, but it's the last day you can get $100 tickets for
Oh, the
Anna.
tickets.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Tickets on St. Patty's Day.
What time is the cutoff for the early bird? Just
5 p.m. Central.
5?
Or I'm assuming 5 p.m. It might be midnight. Actually, come think of it, if you're booking online, it's probably midnight. Yeah, what am I saying? Assume it's midnight.
Okay.
And we owe Jenny some money too. The check is in the mail.
Yay.
I've heard that before.
Thanks, one and all.
Yeah,
Good night.
breakfast tickets. You're right. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Good night.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Okay.